Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the Transfer Show live at 5 with myself, AGT. It's good to be back on the Transfer Shows. Who have I got with me, I hear you ask? Well, I've got the best two Lyles, to be honest with you. I haven't seen the other Lyle for a long time. So
Neither have we.
You know, like they say, out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah.
At the minute, these two Lyles in front of me, Kenya and Laurie, are the only Lyles that I see.
Yeah, man.
And they're the
Lyles
best
in
ones,
the building.
especially this one. You see you're a little superstar, you know.
Big up my thing,
Yeah,
man.
big
I
up to
appreciate
you
you, bro.
doing the parade and hosting shows
right
on VR.
outside.
Come on, you're a superstar.
Yeah,
You're a
as I
superstar.
said the other day, we're renaming it KR Sports.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I
No,
wouldn't go
man.
that
Soon,
far.
soon
Yeah.
lunch.
I think Kenya must be the only person I've never seen an adverse comment on. And,
Yeah.
so far.
Let's not jinx it.
But you know what? If you do get them, it means you're doing well.
Yeah, true.
So, you know, it is
Yeah,
what it
that's
is,
also
people.
true. Yeah.
But right, today we are talking to you guys about the biggest bargain of the transfer window so far. But before we do that, you know, we are live. It is 5. We're doing the transfers. But there's no transfers without drama, right? As we can see with Alexander Isak right now. And with the drama, we at DR Sports are testing out your survival instincts. You've heard of the game before, last man standing. Everyone's played it at some point. But today, with ourselves at DR Sports and William Hill, we bring to you the final one standing. It's free to play, right? And there's a lot of money up for grabs. You can win up to 500 grand in
Cash.
cash.
Cash
That
money.
jackpot is going to be won by someone. Will it be me? Will it be Kenya? Will it be Laurie? Will it be you? Yes, you at home, right? There's no admin fees. Guaranteed winners of the money. All you have to do, if you haven't heard of this game before, which you should have by now, all you have to do is pick one Premier League team to win each week. If they win, if that team that you choose wins, you go through to the next round and you keep going until there's no teams left and you win the cash, right? If they lose or draw, you're out of here, right? You got to pick a winner. So download the William Hill app right now. We've got the QR code on the screen for you right here. Or we've got the link in the description for you as well to sign up through, to make your entry. Register for free, make your pick, and for a shot of winning that £500,000 in cash. And I tell you what, cost of living crisis at the minute. That is going to come
mate.
handy to
Sets you up.
someone who watches DR Sports. Some of you, if not all of you, if not one of you, can win this, right? It does get split if people get really far into the process. Traditionally, it's around about 6 or 7 weeks, you know, until people start dropping out. But you have to be 18 plus, as you know. It is UK and it is Ireland as well. We're not forgetting my homeland, right? We're not forgetting the Irish people as well. You can get involved if you're watching this in Ireland. Remember, as always, gamble responsibly, and the full T&Cs apply. But it's all linked below. People in the chat already going, cash! Yes, man. If you pick your winner each week, you're getting closer and closer to that cash, which must be won by somebody.
Are you going to choose first week?
I might go quite rogue
Yeah,
first
because we
week.
can't choose Liverpool first week, because I think you guys play on a Friday.
Yeah, Liverpool aren't involved.
Yeah, so you're not
actually, in
involved for the first
of
week.
this, so I
You can't
cannot
choose
pick
you
Liverpool.
or Bournemouth.
And Arsenal playing Man United. I might go
tricky, innit?
someone. I mean, do you know what? Even the first week,
Who are Chelsea playing?
If you don't win in the first week, you're out, and it's
Yeah.
all over. The dream of that
Exactly.
500k
Gone.
is gone till November. So you have to be, you know, you have to
See
be
who comes in.
tactical.
You've got to think about who else comes in first Friday.
I might go someone a
on my
bit
mind.
rogue, like a Brentford or someone like
Sunderland.
that, because you want to save your big
way
teams
Brentford are
until the
moving right
later
now.
stages. I mean,
not sure,
Granit
you
Xhaka just turned up at Sunderland.
Yeah, true.
What a move that is, by the way. And we will
Amazing.
be speaking about him as one of the biggest bargains of the transfer window so far. But this show is all about the bargains, right? There was a tweet that went round, actually, and it showed all the best bargains that have been purchased in Europe this season. And obviously we'll have a look, and of course we'll have a look.
Your old boy's on there, man.
My old boy is on there. So in goal, well, I've got a couple old boys
actually,
in there.
It's true.
In goal, it's Quiveen Kelleher, by the way. 12 million quid, that's a bargain.
That is a
and
steal.
I think over time, we might see how much of a bargain that is.
Yeah.
Trent's in the team. Jonathan Tarr's in the team at 2 million euros, that is, as well, by the way. Nuno Tavares, 5 million euros.
Yeah.
We've got Angel Gomez for free.
Oh my God, yeah.
Can't get a
He
better
left Lille,
deal
isn't
than
it?
that.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne for
Yeah.
free. Jonathan David, free.
Yeah.
Leroy Sane, free.
But what about the wages, though? These
The
guys?
wages are obviously,
Yeah,
you know, a
very
big
high.
stumbling block for most teams, which is why probably a lot of teams look past them. But Let us know in the chat right now, who is your biggest bargain of the transfer window so far? One of the first ones that I'm going to throw at you, and I hate to say it, was Trent for 10 million euros.
Yeah,
10 million pounds, I should say. Across the season, and listen, Real Madrid are going to have so many ups and downs. They're going to lose El Clasicos. They're going to lose maybe group stage games of the Champions League, which they did last season. But as the season progresses, they're obviously looking to win the Champions League, and they want to nick back that La Liga trophy away from Barcelona, who have it at the minute. Do you think we could be sat around this table in May and we could be saying, wow, what a bargain that was, Trent for 10 mil?
I think it's hard to say, because I think Barcelona are just going to do what they did last season, because they're looking incredible. Like, I think the way they're operating, they've got Marcus Rashford in. That's another cheeky bargain maybe as well. Like, if you're going to say to me, do I think Real Madrid are going to win the league? Probably not. They're not favourites to. That's how I'd say it. But is Trent a steal for that price? Absolutely. 10 million. Is it euros or pounds that they paid?
Pounds.
Yeah, that's light work for someone
and
as
even then, they only paid that
Trent.
so they could get him in the Club
Yeah,
World
to get
Cup.
him in early.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have paid it if they didn't have that Club World Cup to play in. And
But
that player for
terms
me
of
was
how much
valued
did
at
you
around about 75 mil.
Yeah,
How
I'd
much
say
did
even
they
higher than
recoup
that.
on that?
Who?
By
More
getting
than that,
to-
yeah. I think.
Well, they probably
Even though they never won
they
it.
got their
Yeah.
money back
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
And more. They probably got about 70, 80
yeah,
mil.
probably about 70 mil.
so-
So it was worth it in the end.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, Trent is a top talent, man. I think it's the way we look at fullbacks is so different now because of someone like Trent. Whereas, like, we might say, a traditional fullback is like, you're a defender. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's your
Gary
job.
Neville.
Whereas, yeah, exactly. But now you look at Trent, you look at fullbacks like, actually, I want you to invert. I want you to be taking free kicks. I want you to be, contributing more in GA. It is a massive steal, honestly. Can't lie.
He's a pioneer.
The
And he's one
logic
for the
tells
future.
you, I think the logistical way to look at this Trent move is, yes, Liverpool have lost a great player who could win matches on his own. He
Yeah.
could play that ball. It's 1-1 in the 90th minute. I mean, I've seen it
Leicester.
with my own eyes, right?
Yeah.
The Leicester game.
Yeah.
But also, the assist for Darwin Núñez in the 92nd minute, Brentford
Yeah.
away. He can be having poor games, and then all of a sudden he gets the ball with a bit of time and space, looks up and puts it on a sixpence.
Yeah.
I mean, Real Madrid are supposed to win the league every year.
Yeah.
And the Champions League every year.
Yeah.
That's how big and successful they are. But you're saying that Barcelona should go on and retain the
Yeah, I
league because
do.
of the signings they've made. But when you're looking at Madrid, I mean, they are building their kind of new era of Galacticos there.
Yeah.
I mean, Trent should really be looking to win the league. And then that's when you go, what a bargain that was.
Yeah, true. I think, unluckily for Trent at the moment, Real Madrid have a lot of other defensive issues. So they've got centre-backs that are getting on a bit in age, or also having a lot of injury issues, as well as that left-back position. So they're kind of looking at it like, that's why they're chasing our clubs. That's why they're trying to get Konate and Saliba, and do you know what I mean? Even Mascara, someone that we've just bought, they were chasing him as well. Like, they have a lot of defensive issues, but I still feel like that doesn't take away from how much of a steal Trent is. I think he still needs time to like slot in, make his way. I guess it's a new project. I don't really like using that word for Real Madrid. It doesn't fit what Real Madrid is, but it is a new project under Xabi Alonso. But to me, that's a steal. I think any team to have Trent they're lucky. Do you know what I mean? He's one player that I've always really liked, always going to support and back. And then as well for England, I'm happy that he's at least gone to somewhere else where he's going to play a lot of games as well. So, I mean, it's a steal, man. I can't lie. I know it's peak for you, obviously.
Is it peak for me though? Because
Yeah,
he's
because
left
you've
thinking
missed-
he's joining the Galacticos, but he's actually left the Galacticos with the team that
No,
we're
but-
assembling.
Well, he obviously didn't think that.
Well,
Otherwise he'd
not
still
at the
be there.
time.
No, but
Yeah.
he's like, from a other perspective, he's probably thinking, right, I've done it all at my boyhood club. There's from his side, there's loads of love and respect. He's just moved on somewhere else. Obviously, if you're a fan of Liverpool, you don't want to hear that. You always want your best players to stay. But
I think if
I
Liverpool
mean-
fans are being honest, they would have to accept,
I think with time,
even begrudgingly,
time.
that he has moved to a bigger club. And you can say
Oh no,
what you
Real
want
Madrid
about
are. In
To me,
terms
they're
of
the
global,
biggest
they're the
club.
biggest club in
club
world football.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about
There's
it.
only one step above from Liverpool, and it's Real Madrid, in my opinion. And he's
that's
made
fair.
that step.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, Real Madrid are, the biggest club in
Yeah,
the world, in my
I agree.
opinion. And listen, I've got to give him credit. The man's gone over there, he's taken on. I mean, let's not forget, this is a massive challenge for him.
yeah, lot of scrutiny.
even though he's gone there, there's a lot of jeopardy involved. I mean, if he falls off or doesn't meet
Those
expectations,
fans aren't forgiving.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. We saw what Raul was saying in them Club World Cup games where he didn't really start off great, to be honest. You heard Raul already being like, Alexander-Arnold, I'm not sure. And I'm just like, brother,
After you've been begging to have him for a year.
I'm like, brother, you've been chasing this guy for how long? There's been bare stories. The guy's played 2 games. You're already like, Carvajal, we need Carvajal. I'm just like, yo, man. They're an impatient fan base. And
impatient.
it makes sense. Why? Because look how successful the club is. But I still think it's excellent business and it's excellent from Florentino Perez to get someone of that profile, that talented in for such a low fee. It's actually criminal.
And let's not forget, it is criminal.
It's criminal.
It actually is
criminal behaviour
now
to have not paid.
You understand what I was talking about. Yeah,
It's not that I never understood what you were saying, but like, of course, I think the fact that they were able to get him for literally virtually nothing is
and
crazy.
do you know what? If it wasn't for Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes going, you think you're just going to take him for free?
Yeah.
No way. If you want him, it's 10 mil now.
Yeah.
And they had to pay it, but they
No,
were
but that was
prepared
after
to
the
not pay
fact,
it.
though, wasn't it? That was after. That's only because they wanted to make the move sooner to get in the
Yeah,
club.
and we were
Initially,
like,
it was
cool.
free.
If you want him to come out of his contract, it's going to cost you 10 mil.
No, but you're saying like they were acting tough. No, the deal was done.
Oh no,
And
the
then-
deal was done, but to get him quicker,
Yeah.
you're going to have
They
to
said,
pay.
yo, man, put a little something in my pocket. That's what they said.
But 10 mil wasn't that big, though, was it? For a club like Real Madrid, it wasn't that big.
It isn't, but the way they're buying, not even buying, the way they're scooping up all these free players every year, you'd think, well,
Yeah. Do you know what? I've
10
got a
mil, they were
question.
probably quite reluctant to pay that as well, by the way.
Do you think, I don't want to say the word broke, because broke is what I'd call Barcelona, but do you think Real Madrid maybe financially don't have the same amount of money as they did like 10 years ago, just based on how they move with transfers and out? So like, for example, we just gone and got Christian Mosquera as like depth for our centre backs, and he's someone that Real Madrid they really liked, but they were like, oh, we don't really want to pay, but he was only like 20 million euros, which is cheap. Are we starting to look at them maybe be like, actually, maybe not saying that they're financially not well off or anything like that, but like maybe we're thinking, maybe they don't have like the massive spending power
That's
of
what
a
they
Premier
want you
League
to
team.
think. That's
Because
what they want you
they're
to
a club
think.
that you look at, like, although they're outside obviously the Premier League teams have a lot of money to spend. We're seeing it now with the top 6, but you'd always include Real Madrid in that as well. Of like, oh, it's another club that could drop 100 mil if they really wanted to. But I guess, I don't know, it's hard to say, innit?
Yeah, they obviously don't want people to know or think that they've got all this money to spend, because traditionally you'd think, well, Real Madrid are in for Trent. We would like about £75 million for his
which is fair.
services. And they've gone, yeah, he is worth that, but we'll just probably wait and get in his head and tease him and make sure that he comes to us
Play
for
the
free.
long game, basically.
They do have that bully boy persona. innit?
And,
They
and do
pull
you
up
know what,
on
bro? They're
clubs.
the only club, to my memory, and people might be able to correct me, they're the only club that can do the bully boy thing to Liverpool. Maybe Barca as well, but Barca paid us 145 million for Coutinho.
That's not
and
bullying.
75 million for Suarez.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't get bullied. We almost, especially with Coutinho, we almost fleeced them.
Yeah.
But with Real Madrid, they seem to just have this pool, which
They have an aura.
they've got that aura, they've got that phone call.
And then what they do
I mean,
is,
listen, when that phone rings and it's Real Madrid, and I'm saying
can't
this as a
turn that
Liverpool
down.
fan, you have to pick it up.
Yeah, you actually
You
can't
have to
do
listen.
They have the aura and they know it, and not only that, they're not above the Machiavellian dark arts. So what they'll do is they'll unsettle players. You're seeing it happen with Saliba in real time.
Yeah.
They've made it known
Put it
without
out.
making it known
Yeah.
that they're interested, and so that goes with the player.
Yeah.
Everybody starts talking about it, and that unsettles a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marca know
Yeah, I
what
was
they're
about to
doing.
say, they've got Marca
the Spanish
calling up
press,
Marca.
the mouthpiece of Real Madrid, Marca. You know, they're trying it with Konate now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we're actually saying, well, Konate, as things stand, from the last that I've heard, the latest update is that actually Konate is probably more likely to sign now than leave. But if he does sign and he still wants to leave, cool. We'll reap
Get a
in the
good price,
rewards.
yeah.
We'll get the money for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So in terms of the biggest bargains of the window, do you think that Trent is up there for
man.
£10 million? I guess we won't really tell, will we, until the end of the
Yeah,
season
time will
comes
tell,
out, and time will tell. So it's maybe a bit of a premature video, this, but in terms of the window so far, what's happened now, then yes, we are talking about bargains. And another one who has left the Premier League for the Italian League is Kevin De Bruyne.
No.
Now, listen, he's 32, 33.
Yeah, 32.
One of the, well, I would have him down as the top 5 midfielders ever in Premier League history.
Yeah, he's Premier League legend.
Even at that age, I mean, the Italian league is almost perfectly suited to him, right? In terms of having that time on the ball to just lift you. I mean, I saw him play for Napoli the other day in a pre-season game. It was like a training match for him.
Yeah.
I know it's pre-season, but even in the Serie A proper, he will still get loads of time, and he will be able to lift his head up, ping it away, and not really have to sprint, not really have to exert himself too much.
Yeah.
So, again, at the end of the season, if Napoli do retain the league, which they're the current Scudetto champions, we could be saying, what a bargain that was, for free as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as you said, he's, to me, Premier League legend, top 5 greatest midfielders ever to play in a league. I mean, what he's done more. He's won everything essentially with Man City. I mean, for Napoli, it's an absolute steal. And then as well, you've got a massive player. You've got a big name player in your squad. You add that on. He's played next to Scott McTominay, who's been incredible as well. Who also, the season before, they got for a good price. I mean, that's exciting times for Napoli. I'm not gonna lie. If you're trying to go back-to-back champions as well, and especially in a way that they won the league, they won it from being behind into basically they just allowed Inter kind of to mess up. I think that's really good, and the style of play in Italy is perfect for someone like Kevin De Bruyne. Just imagine the through balls behind and stuff like that for Lukaku, someone that he plays for with Belgium. Top. I think that's a steal, man.
Literally.
Still
free,
I would have
free
to agree.
transfer.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Free transfer.
Free,
Did you see
zero.
that? I didn't really get this, but obviously at Napoli they've retired the number 10 after
they
Maradona.
made him wear it,
Oh, right.
But they've given him the number 10 for training.
Yeah, it was like a
but
training
the number
session
11
they did.
for the games.
Yeah, so I think he's number...
Kevin De Bruyne is not a number 11.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? But then, what's the name of their captain? I want to say he's midfielder. I think he might be wearing number 8 or something. I can't remember. But, I mean, yeah, they gave him obviously the honourable number 10, which... That's a big shirt.
In training.
Yeah, in training. Sorry, in training. I mean, that's still a massive honour. Do you know what I mean? Even just to get that in training, to wear that once, that's like, it goes to show how much Napoli respect someone like that, how much they really wanted him, and for them, that's a fantastic signing, honestly.
Yeah, they've rolled the red carpet out for him for sure.
Yeah, why not? He's a big player.
Kevin De Bruyne, who links up with Scott McTominay, who used to play against.
Yeah.
You know, Billy Gilmore's
Lorenzo,
still there.
yeah,
Di
Billy
Lorenzo's
Gilmore.
still there.
I think Philip
Noah
Billings come back from
Philip
Bournemouth.
Billings still there, but
Is he
Noah
still
Lang.
there? I'm not sure.
I think he's gone back to Bournemouth
I think
now.
he might have gone back. I don't know if he was on loan or not.
But Noah Lang's a good player as well, who
Noah
they've just
Lang.
brought in. David Neres.
Yeah.
So listen, they've got a
Crazy
team there
times.
that could,
And you know
go
the
on and
Napoli
do it
fans
again.
are serious as well, man.
Antonio Conte knows how to win a league or two, doesn't
exactly.
he?
I remember at the end of that season, though, they weren't sure if he was going to stay, but I think he's going to stay now.
He'll stay. I think he'll stay.
Yeah. You know he loves Lukaku and that. Like he loves
I mean,
Italy.
at one point they were trying to get Nunez, and actually, if you've got Nunez up front, which I think all parties have just walked away from it now, but I think De Bruyne could have actually unlocked Nunez a little bit and be like, listen, you just stay on side and make sure you're on side, because I know that's been a bit of an issue for you in the last 3 years, and I will put it on a plate for you, and you will get 25 goals. I think they've missed the trick by not just pushing for that extra 5
I think
million.
the one thing I would say, though, with De Bruyne, and we did see it last season, is there is a concern regarding injury.
Yeah.
He is injury prone. Even though the Italian league is less physical and less dynamic and the rest of it, he could still pick up injuries, and that might, impact upon his game time. So we'll have to see. But yeah, in terms of his ability, there's no question there.
Yeah.
He is a kind of player that when he's on form, you just
he can make
gawk at
things
him.
happen.
He's just so
We can all sit here and say that. Do you know what I mean? Think about what he's done to our clubs.
Exactly.
In all the time
I'm
that
happy
he's
to see the back of him.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the back of
The
him
only
as well.
thing about De Bruyne, though, is I've never understood how, and it's not just him, but that Belgium team with some of the talent that they had at their disposal, why have they not won anything or even got to finals?
I guess England recently have got to finals, but they had their golden generation. It just.
But how long were you saying that this is a golden generation?
For maybe 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, It's true.
I mean,
Can it
was
be
the
golden if
managers?
it's...
I mean, I've not been impressed with Martinez, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When he was
I'm
there.
surprised that Martinez keeps landing on his feet and getting all these top
But we
jobs.
say that about Martinez, but he went to Portugal and won stuff.
Yeah,
That's
true.
his saving grace, to be fair,
Yeah.
that he actually did win an international trophy with Portugal, right?
Yeah.
So, in the comments, Kevin De Bruyne for free from Man City to Napoli. This is one that I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out throughout the summer, and when the new season starts as well. I'm just gonna. Who do you think? I know obviously we support English teams, but in terms of Italy, like who's your like soft spot team? Who would you want to win the league?
I'm not sure if I
don't
one.
have a.
Yeah.
I've always liked Inter, but they're favourites to win the league, I guess, kinda. But I don't know. Based on how their team is right now, they've got a very old team, a very aging team, and like I'm even looking at their window. I know Ademola Lookman's a great person to add into the team, but he's like 27 or 28. Like I think they still need to look at younger players. But I don't know. I don't really have a soft spot, but I do like Inter. Inter is a nice team.
Yeah,
Nice.
mine would probably
way
be
they
AC
defend is
Milan.
good.
Nice kit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
blow
they've
the
always
Yeah,
got
yeah.
top kits into Milan.
yeah, it's true. I like a traditional Inter
But
kit.
AC as well. They bought Estepinian the other day. He came on against
Yeah,
Liverpool, and
yeah.
they bought not Noah Lang. Who's the new striker that they just brought in? Who scored against Liverpool the other night? Really good finish as well.
The Feyenoord guy. I thought they got him
I
like.
think it was the Feyenoord guy.
He joined like in January.
Okafor. Noah Okafor.
Oh, isn't he a winger or
Okafor.
something? Is he Nigerian?
Yeah.
Where did he
Scored
come
2
from?
against us the other day.
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek scored against
Yeah, I
Liverpool
saw
the
that,
other
man.
day.
Yo,
He came in the
go on.
press conference the other day.
What did he
'cause
say?
I was in the AC Milan
Yeah.
press conference as
Oh,
well.
nice.
He went missing against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I've never seen a shorter press conference as that one. 3 questions got asked,
Wow.
and then they just went out. But yeah, Ruben
Probably
Loftus-Cheek,
knackered,
man. But Milan looking a little bit strong for next season. They just beat Perth Glory 9-0
Yeah,
today.
I saw that. Yo, man, give us Rafa
Did you see
Leao.
Rafa Leao walk past our interview?
No, really?
Yeah, Rafa was there, man.
Yo, man, you should have said to him, yo.
Should have
My
said,
friends
yo,
from
we just...
AFTV
No,
and
I didn't say that. I was going to say, yo, we need a left winger now.
Nah, man, allow it. You
And he
lot are
put Van
greedy.
Dijk on his arse the other night and
Nah.
scored as well.
Yeah,
so.
man. He tried to do that
He
to
tried
Saliba.
to do that to Saliba.
Saliba said,
You saw
yo.
what
Yo,
happened.
move, brother.
He said, yo,
Saliba
boy.
just... laid
Saliba
up
just
that
sat him,
ground.
fam.
That was one of the best moments.
Yeah,
of
that
game,
was.
actually.
He was
The
actually
way
immense in that game. I can't lie. He
What was it,
really-
1-0 to you guys?
Yeah.
There
And
was
again,
a
even
passage
that.
of play in that game where he was on a run,
Yeah.
looking like he was going to go somewhere, and Saliba said, "No, you're not."
No
He
chance.
just
Yeah.
He's
pulled
tall
up.
as well, you
And
know.
the
Yeah,
thing
he's
about
very
that as
tall.
well is that
Tall
he
as
didn't
well.
even really overexert in taking the ball off him.
Yeah,
he
he
just
just-
took it off and boom.
Light work.
Yeah, he
Class.
just shoulder
I didn't
barged.
realise how tall Leao was.
Yeah, he's very
Yeah,
tall.
he is.
Proper tall, you know.
Yo,
so
man.
he's
Brother, we need you.
a big name.
Brother, we need you.
In terms
And he
of
loves
other,
Arsenal.
you know, bargain signings, we have to talk about Leroy Sane, who ends up at Galatasaray now. But at his pomp, how much would he have been worth for
true.
Man City? Because
I think that the knock on Sane has always been as he would appear, and listen, I'm not saying that this is the case, but it would appear that he has a bit of is it attitude or
Yeah, man. After
he's a bit
him
of
and
a-
Uncle Mane try to fight up Uncle Mane, allow it. Do you know what I mean?
he does have a reputation of being quite, if not difficult, he's a bit of a polarizing character.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
Is it right to maybe describe him similar to Trossard? How Trossard would be?
No, I think he's a little bit more
Because couldn't you say that, like, I mean,
adversarial than.
yeah, because Arteta's called Trossard a complainer and a moaner. And
Oh,
then
you can see
obviously
that.
Trossard fell out with De Zerbi
Yeah,
at Brighton. Like
yeah,
although he's a good player, he has his difficult
He
streak.
does,
He has a bit of a streak in him that can be a bit like
he can be quite demonstrably like.
more of a demanding person.
Yes.
Like which I'm
It
not really
shows out.
against.
He did
Whereas
go
with
to Bayern
Sane, though,
Munich.
there's been problems with players at other clubs. He's got himself in issues with other players, managers. He's said to enjoy himself a little bit too much sometimes. Remember when he was at City?
Yeah.
There's rumours that he liked the nightlife in Manchester a little bit too much.
Have you
know
been
what
on a night out in Manchester though?
I mean? Yeah, I have, yeah.
Shout out China White, man.
I know, right? Rashford's favourite place.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, he did go to Bayern
Gala.
Munich for around about 49 million euros. He was bought by Man City for 52. And at 29, you'd think, well, there's still, I mean, I know he's late 20s, but there's still a good few years there to have him at his peak. And obviously, him and Vincent Kompany, I mean, he's just been replaced pretty much by Luis Diaz. I know they're not necessarily on the same side, but in terms of options, wingers, you know, he's gone right down the pecking order, and him and Vincent Kompany obviously didn't fancy each other, and now he's gone to Galatasaray.
Which is strange, because Vincent Kompany would have been his captain at Man City, so you would have thought that.
Do you know what? You're right. Yeah,
but I do think though, if you watch Leroy Sane of like last season, it's nowhere near obviously like the Leroy Sane of like early Bayern days or Manchester City times. So I think from Bayern's point of view, it's probably right to have moved him on. Like as you said, he's getting on in 8, he's 29. Like he's slowing down. This is not to say that he's still not a top player, but I think for Galatasaray that is a good signing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're kind of known for taking on these older players that, you know, maybe are getting towards the end.
How
but
many
still
do they do it with?
Yeah, still want to play. I mean, for both clubs, it's a win-win. Like Vincent Kompany is able to get someone a bit more energetic in Luis Diaz. Although Luis Diaz is like 27, that always throws me. By the way, that Luis Diaz is 27.
Yeah.
He doesn't look,
when he joined Liverpool, he was 24.
He doesn't look that old to me. Like I don't know. Every time, if you'd ask me what I thought he'd be, I think he's like 24 or 25.
I saw him talking to Vincent Kompany in training today, and I was like, "What language are they speaking?" Because I know Luis Diaz doesn't speak great English at all.
Oh wow.
No, but isn't Kompany one of those guys? He's quite bilingual. He speaks a number of languages.
It wouldn't surprise me if he speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. But
no,
13
I've read
goals.
somewhere before that he's fluent in about 4 or 5 languages.
Wow.
Do you know what? He scored 11 league goals the last season for the Bundesliga outfit Bayern Munich, which was actually the most out of any campaign he's had.
Wow.
He scores 13 in all comps. He scored in total 61 goals for Bayern Munich in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. So, I mean, if Galatasaray can unlock him, I almost think like Galatasaray and Fenerbahce try to outdo each other in every transfer window. Obviously, Mourinho's there.
Yeah.
I've got a very good Turkish friend who's a big Fenerbahce fan, and he was praying and hoping that Victor Osimhen would not re-sign for Galatasaray, which it looks like he is.
Yeah, he has.
But that is some lineup, by the way. If you look at Osimhen, Sane,
that's going to be wicked.
you know,
can't lie. Is Torreira still there? They got Icardi, I think, is there
Icardi's still knocking about.
I mean, that's a good lineup, man.
I mean, at the minute, you're looking at Icardi as the captain.
Yeah.
You're looking at Leroy Sane, who comes in as the number 10, and obviously Victor Osimhen, who looks like he's flying in there any second now. Lucas Torreira is still there.
Yeah, they got Lucas
But
Torreira.
that Turkish league, in terms of like entertainment and drama, it might not be the best football to watch. Let's have it right.
Yeah, it's probably not, but still,
boy,
the
they
passion,
get some big names through the door out there, man.
Yeah.
the passion they have is like top. Can't lie.
I'm glad that Torreira seems to be doing okay, because he had a bit of a torrid time at Arsenal.
Yeah, he did. Unai Emery.
He's one of those signings that people saw typical in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And everybody thought, yep, he's going to be great. And then it
didn't really work out, did it?
It's like our Wout Weghorst. In fact, that's a bit harsh on Torreira. But
Walter T says Sane has a huge attitude. He should have left Bayern instead of Mane.
Wow.
Mane would have done so much better for Bayern. And Luis Diaz is actually 28.
Oh, he's 28.
He's 28.
Yeah, man. The Mane thing always throws me. Look, obviously, we're not Bayern fans, so we don't we know they got into a fight and that. But I just think, man, the way they did Uncle Mane, I always liked Mane. Do you know what I mean?
I love Mane, man.
The way they did Uncle Mane, just say, man.
But even Mane, he would appear that
I think he punched him or something like that.
But I think Mane is...
No, I think Mane punched Sane. I want to say that's what happened.
Mane punches Sane.
Yeah, or he slapped him or something like that.
Yeah,
they had like a
fined and suspended for punching his own team.
And that kind of started the downfall of him at Bayern, which is actually quite unfortunate because I thought he would have done really well.
Yeah, they lost to Man City in the Champions League on a Tuesday, and there was a verbal spat on the pitch at the Etihad in the 83rd minute, and then he just licked him in the face in the changing room, basically.
But didn't Mane fall out with Salah?
Yeah, apparently he's...
but never to that level.
Not to that degree.
Never to that level.
But I know that
way.
Remember that famous touchline bust-up? Jurgen Klopp had to be calming him down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Mane
basically
gave
accusing
off the vibe.
Salah of not passing to him.
Yeah, Mane gave off the vibe, and he was this. I'm not saying he was giving off this vibe and then behind your back he was doing something else. He was like a very unselfish player who was almost... Yeah. Salah was obviously the main goal scorer in that first season, and Firmino and Mane both kind of shared the responsibility and contributed towards Salah's success, but... I think he has been involved in a couple of incidences.
Because I think with Salah as well, even Salah, right? He has this very clean cut professional reputation, which,
Yeah.
listen,
Which he
I've no
does.
doubt is deserved. But even him, I've seen him, he had fallen out with Klopp. He doesn't like, every time I've seen Salah get subbed, it doesn't matter what, you'll see him remonstrate. Have you noticed that? He doesn't.
To be honest, I'm not really against
West Ham
that. Though.
away?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
vexed.
Listen, all of these, well, not say all, but most of these players have an ego, man. And,
Yeah, do you know what though? I hear it.
They will show it.
If I'm Mo Salah or who's someone of top quality, is a world class player, and you're getting taken off, of course you're going to be upset because it's like you know what his quality is like. Even in games where he's not necessarily playing well, he pops up in a second.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, man.
But sometimes
I'm
you
the
have
best
to
player
rein it
here.
in a bit because you have to remember you
do.
are part of a team.
Yeah, it's true.
And fans don't like to see you, showing open dissent because really, effectively, what you're doing is undermining a manager.
Yeah, it's true. It's
You
true.
are. So Leroy Sane, let us know in the chat. Do you think that he could turn out to be? I mean, because of with all due respect, but because of the league he's gone to,
Yeah.
will we be paying enough attention to it come May to be like, yeah, it was a bargain? Unless he rips it up and scores 25
I mean,
goals.
he's gonna win the league. Let's be real.
Yeah, over Fenerbahce.
Yeah, like
Jose Mourinho not going to win the league.
No, I mean, he will get close. We saw he did that thing of how was it like saying something like refs or that were against him or something like that. He had that investigation turns out to be true. Like they might get a couple of decisions or something off the back of that. But Galatasaray, you expect them to win the league, especially with Victor Osimhen coming back, who's like beloved by Galatasaray fans. You've got Leroy Sane in there crossing into Osimhen. Like
I must admit, when I think of Turkish football, you automatically go to Galatasaray.
Yeah.
And on that as well, where I live in London, in Enfield, there's a big Turkish population.
I mean, the Enfield, and then you go into Wood Green Lanes.
yeah.
And you often see
the whole
honestly,
of that bit is Turkish.
Yeah.
You
in
often
London.
see people out there with Galatasaray shirts on, coffee shops with the Galatasaray
Shisha
shirts
bars.
on the
That's,
window.
I'm pretty sure that corner shop around the corner, mate, they're Galatasaray fans in there.
They are a massive
here.
club.
Yeah.
he's a big
I remember one
Galatasaray
time
fan.
I went in to buy a can of Coke and they were there watching Galatasaray or something like that. I think against Fenerbahce. So
That's heavy.
yeah, man. They're locked in there.
Walter in the chat says Sadio Mane's PR manager Bakary Cisse claimed that the Bayern Munich winger Leroy Sane racially insulted Mane, which led to their bust up
wow.
Right.
in April 2023.
Oh, okay.
And if
that's
that
true,
is true,
because
Then he just should have slapped him again.
Sane is of African extraction
Yeah, true same.
because his dad's from Cameroon.
Yeah.
which is just super ignorant, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
If that, we have to say if it is
no, but
true.
you say
if
that
it is
right.
true, if-
Kenya will tell you that in the black community there is that tension
Yeah, there is.
between like African and non-African people,
Yeah.
and it works both ways. So that would not surprise me. I'm not saying he did it because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It's
But
alleged.
if I
innit?
heard
But-
later that he said something derogatory, that happens all the time.
man,
Trust
bro,
me, far more
come
than
on
you
here.
would believe. Trust me.
Jonathan David. Now, this is a
Yeah.
man who has been linked with the Arsenals, with
Fabrizio
the
Romano
big teams in
loves this
Europe
guy.
in the past. And I actually saw him play at Anfield last year for Lille. We won the game 2-1, but he did
was
score a
good,
really
yeah.
good goal. And when you look at his kind of attributes, you think, wow, there's a player there. He's still only 25. And again, he
Yeah.
goes into that bracket of other players who we think are like 26, 27,
Yeah.
but he's
actually
actually been
younger.
around
But is
for
he
a while.
also in that bracket of players that somewhat flatter to deceive?
Yeah.
Because I've seen him in games where he's had the big build-up. I'm expected to see some real
Yeah.
things, and I've not seen it.
Started off at Ghent over in Belgium, scores 30 and 60, so perfect 1-2 record. Obviously gains a lot of attention from Europe's elite. Goes to Lille, who, let's be honest, they're not one of the European top elite
Giants,
clubs.
yeah.
But they are known for producing good football.
Yeah.
They are, and he scores 87 league goals in 178 games, which
Wow.
again, very
That's a good
impressive.
return.
It's very
Pretty
good.
much a 1-2 record. But because his contract, he was available on a free this summer. Are you not surprised that more teams came in for him, considering the age, considering
Yeah.
How much
very
do they
good
want for
pedigree?
him, though?
And
He's gone for free.
he's gone to Juventus for free.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, why were there not more clubs interested in him? A man who plays for Canada and has 36 goals in 67 games for Canada.
Really?
That is a very good
This
record.
guy's got a
Although
good record,
it has to be said that Canada are in the Jamaica's
Yeah, that's true.
CONCACAF, so
Yeah, and the
it's not
quality-
the strongest. in
Not the
world, to be
strongest,
fair.
but no matter, you can't help who you
no,
play
but
for,
yeah,
right?
you can only.
Yeah.
He was born in Brooklyn, so he could have played for America, but did choose Canada.
Yeah.
But do you not think that with those attributes, there would have been, with all due respect again to him, that there would have been. I mean, Juventus are a massive club, but do you not think maybe a top English club would have
I
looked
think
at
you're
him?
right. I think you're right.
I think, especially at the moment where a lot of clubs need strikers, like you guys have got a striker, but you're still chasing another one. We needed one. Like, we're seeing Man United, Newcastle. Like, there's a lot of teams out there that are trying to get strikers. Even someone like Atalanta. I'm actually quite surprised because they've just lost Retegui. He's gone to Saudi. So, like, I'm actually surprised that they didn't try and get him, especially considering he's free. Like, that's one of the best things you can get in terms of football. But maybe things like wages comes into account there. Maybe some clubs have looked at it like, right, wages, I'm not sure.
Why didn't say a Leeds or something like that?
Yeah, that's true.
With all due respect to Leeds, I think he'd be looking at like an Aston Villa or a team like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Say
Yeah,
that, but
Aston
Leeds
Villa
are
Newcastle.
potentially bigger than Aston Villa. Are they not?
No.
Actually, maybe not. Maybe
I
not.
Would
But
say Aston Villa's
they
bigger.
potentially they are a big club.
Yeah, they are a big club.
Oh,
And,
they're a big
uh,
club, for
Sleeping
sure.
giant, as I say.
One thing I've noticed about these teams, and I've said this on this forum before. One of the things I've noticed about these teams that come up, they spend a lot of time. So, for example, Sunderland's a great example. Don't get me wrong, Granit Xhaka is a very good signing for Sunderland. But I almost think sometimes these teams that come up to the Premier League, they think by getting midfielders and defenders, you know what I mean? And they work from the back. You think sometimes you need to, if you're going to stay in the Premier League, you need to
Goals.
score goals. So you might be worth investing in a striker.
Yeah.
More so than the other areas of the pitch.
It's true. But then
And that's something I've noticed that the promoted teams don't tend to want to do.
True. But then I guess if you look at it from the other way, teams like Southampton, etc., really focused on being attacking and got torn apart. So working
No, but
on
they
defense.
didn't sign a striker, though, did they?
Yeah, true. See,
They went
But, like-
down that traditional route of, if we make ourselves hard to beat and get defenders and, DMs in.
I don't even remember
You know
who
what I mean?
They just got Aaron. From what I remember, they got Aaron Ramsey. In. That was it.
But if you're going to spend money, it kind of makes sense to bring in somebody who can get you goals because that's what's going to win games.
Yeah, true.
And keep you in the Premier League.
I'm quite excited to see how he gets on at Juventus because now it's like, right, you've done your hard graft, your 10,000 hours,
You're at a
let's
big
call it,
club
with
now.
Lille.
Yeah.
You've been linked to all these amazing big European clubs. Now, and Juventus are a huge football club.
Yeah, they're a massive
right?
club.
You've got your big move now. Now it's time for you to explode.
Yeah,
and
I
then
agree.
who knows, in 2 or 3 years, he could be at 27, 28, he could be on the radar
Yeah,
again
exactly.
of all these
I hope
top
he does
clubs.
well. I would say, though, there have been times when he's had the big build-up and I've watched him play and I thought,
True.
he's had a couple of decent runs, looks quick, but...
Could say that for a lot of
Against
players.
United
product.
a few times.
Can't remember.
I'm pretty sure I watched him play for Lille against United a few times.
Yeah, I've seen him play a few times in the Champions League and other big games where he's been
Yeah.
given the big build-up and I thought,
You could say that for a lot of players.
You can,
Like,
you
look
can.
at Benjamin Sesko. You could say that for him as well. Like, there's been a lot of times where I've watched him and I'm just like, oh, I'm not really sure. Or some Arsenal fans even said that about Zubimendi. Like, oh, you watch him for, especially last season where they had a really bad season. A lot of people would have watched him against Man United, for example, be like, what? Like, that's nowhere near what we saw for Spain, for example. But we've already seen for us in pre-season, he looks really good.
Zubimendi looks hot, man.
He looks really good.
Now
so,
we know why he didn't want to go to Liverpool.
He could have won the Prem if he came to us. Didn't fancy it though.
Could have,
so
would have,
big
should
him
have.
up. So he's in that list, I guess, of potential bargains. And again, we don't know.
Yeah, we've got to see.
The season ends. But these are just the free ones, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's actually start diving into a few of the ones that are paid for.
Yeah.
One of them, I think, in the season that comes and goes, could potentially be man like Queeving Kelleher for 12 million quid
That's a
to
steal.
buy a number one.
Yeah.
Listen, he was a number. It's harsh
He's
calling
a-
him a number 2
he's
at
a-
Liverpool because
he was
of
a
how
one
good
and
he
a
was.
half.
He was a one. He's a
1.75 maybe.
1.5. I would have
1.5,
him.
one and a half. Yeah, go on then.
For 12 million quid in the current market.
Why didn't you guys try and get more?
I think our thinking around this was if we
It's the Leverkusen
give him, if we give them Kelleher, Brentford, if we give them Kelleher, they can sell Flecken to Leverkusen and then Leverkusen can
Get
sell us
Quansah.
for Impong.
Oh, okay.
And then we can almost sell
them
Quansah back to
yeah.
Leverkusen. So it was quite a
a lot of cross paths.
yeah. There was a lot of
Okay.
inter-club dealings going on there, but I do like the signing.
Why didn't like Chelsea? I know Chelsea, like they tried to get Mike Maignan. Why didn't they try and look at Kelleher? Like Kelleher's an upgrade on Sanchez, 100%.
For sure. I think last year they were quoted as saying we want 40 mil for Kelleher, which I think would still be in the current market would still be a decent.
Because he's a really good
take.
goalkeeper.
Yeah,
it's actually criminal that he's 2.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah,
he's taken the number 1 shirt and he's got there and he's gone, oh, great, this is cool.
And everyone else is like, yeah,
left,
mate.
I was going to say that at Brentford he's going to get plenty of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be overworked. He'll be thinking, Jesus Christ, I wish I was a number 2 again.
Because I would say, and I hope this doesn't happen, but Brentford, it's going to be a long season for them, man.
I'm worried for them.
Speaking of Brentford as well, could Jordan Henderson be a bargain buy? I'm obviously get him for free.
We've got to see what he's up to.
Personally, I think he's past
this is his last roll of the dice.
Yeah.
At a Premier League team, obviously.
But then I think because of how, actually, we don't know how Keith Andrews is going to play. Like, if he plays similar to how Thomas Frank played, then maybe Jordan Henderson could actually do really well. Like, if he's kind of doing what Norgard did essentially, which was like, right, your job is to intercept, maybe play some nice passes through, but you're going to be without the ball for most of the time, then he might actually do all right. But we got to see, because I don't know, I didn't really watch him at Ajax. Ajax had a disappointed season last season. Like, there's been a few comments about him when he joined there. I don't know. Also, if he has a good season, does he go World Cup?
Well, as things stand right now, if I had to bet on it, I'd probably say yeah, because of his relationship with Tommy Tuchel.
I think with Ajax though as well, they might have misunderrepresented what they were buying, you know what I mean? Because Jordan Henderson is not your typical type of Dutch midfielder, is he?
Yeah, I think they kind of bought into the name a tiny bit. What would you
say the typical Dutch midfielder is though?
You know, the Dutch have this kind of
total football.
Yeah, flair and expressing yourself on the ball. I think with respect, Jordan Henderson is not that. He's a hard-working player.
He's not going to be
He's almost like that manager on the pitch type thing.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. So
me and my mum were actually having this conversation last night, talking about captains, you know, that I've experienced in my lifetime at Liverpool, and she asked me last night, is Virgil like your favourite captain? And I said, listen, Stevie G's the best captain we've had, but Van Dijk and Henderson are so different. Van Dijk is a lead by example player, whereas Henderson knew that his ability wasn't a Stevie G or a Virgil.
No. Yeah.
So like you say, bro, he was that vocal manager on the pitch.
Yeah.
And I remember, did you see that podcast clip with Ben Foster recently?
Yeah.
And he said, I think Liverpool beat Watford 5-0.
Yeah, he talks about
and
that.
Salah scored a hat-trick, and it should all be about Salah. And they all came off the pitch and went, Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
And this was 5 years ago.
And there must be something in that, because if you listen to Thomas Tuchel, he's like going out of his way to bring in. He's saying, look, I need this guy for what he brings to. And you think, yeah, but we've got other players who are vocal.
Exactly.
And
Adam Morton's, not getting a space because of Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, no, but we've got other players in the England setup that are characters. Your Bellinghams, Harry Kane's, people like. So why do you need this so-called leader?
To be fair,
I guess if what you're saying is true, then Tuchel obviously thinks that will be a big thing to have with him.
Do you remember in the 2010 World Cup, Capello chose not to take David Beckham as a player, but took him as a coach? And he had him in the changing rooms, he had him in the suit, almost telling the boys
what one got the
it
impression
really work,
that was almost commercial.
Yeah, it didn't really work.
That was him having to bring Beckham just so that Beckham could be on the trip and all the press and all the other stuff.
But is there a chance where Tuchel does the same with Henderson? Maybe doesn't play him, but depending on how he plays for Brentford, he could almost come to be that. What would you even call it? The on-field coach, maybe.
Yeah, I think if you're someone like Keith Andrews, right, and
that could be invaluable. Yeah, Keith Andrews.
He's got no managerial experience. It's his first job, difficult job. A lot of players have left the club. You're going to need some influence on the pitch.
You need at least one Jordan Henderson
exactly.
in that team.
Yeah, exactly.
So that could be a very good signing for him if he can.
Especially because they lost Norgard as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That captain.
I think even Ben Mee's gone
as well. Ben Mee.
I think Ben Mee's gone and Mbeumo's gone.
Someone's got to go snap up Nathan Collins, man.
Yeah, true say.
He's a very good defender. Played every game for them last season.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's the other guy at Brentford that
Who's that fullback they got?
Not Kevin Schade. There's another guy at Brentford.
What, his guy? The ex-Liverpool. What's his name? He went to Hull City.
No, I forget his name now. He might be a midfielder. Young English guy.
young
Brentford.
English guy.
But
What position does he play?
I think he's a midfielder. He's highly thought of, though.
Midfielder.
We sold Sepp Vandenberg to them. In fact, they've still got Fabio Carvalho,
Yeah, that's
by
it.
the way.
Fabio Carvalho. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you-
No, I wasn't. No.
Were you thinking of Jensen?
No.
Janelt?
No. He's an English player.
English
young guy.
player? I don't know.
Or I think about the guy from Bournemouth. But anyway, there's a couple of guys there that they have that are good up-and-coming pros.
Aaron Hickey? Is that who you're thinking of?
Maybe not. I might have the
be
wrong
thinking of
club.
Bournemouth or
Yeah, I
something.
might be thinking of Bournemouth. But anyway,
Like Cook or something.
they look like they're going to struggle this season.
Lewis
If I was a
Potter?
Brentford fan, I would be very worried.
Yeah, I'm actually worried
I think
for
you're
Brentford,
thinking
man.
of Lewis Potter.
Yes, I think I am, yeah.
He's a good player as
Oh,
well.
didn't they get
actually.
from the Championship?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like a winger, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
I'm
I
worried
was a
for
Brentford fan, in fact, I have
Start times
a
ahead.
friend of mine, one of the gyms I go to, she's a season to get older at Brentford. I've not seen her for a while. Shout out to Sabrina. And yeah, we talk about football a lot. And yeah, there's been a mass exodus from. I mean,
Yeah,
even
man.
look at last season, they lost Ivan Toney. Everyone said, oh, that's
Yeah.
going to be massive.
But they
Fair
came
play
back
to
strong.
Wilson and Buemo. But then both of them have gone now. Well,
Yeah.
Wiss's not gone yet, but he's
Wiss
on
is saying-
strike.
Yeah, Wiss is on strike
Yeah,
right now.
the
do you know what I
manager's
mean?
gone. Norgard's gone.
I don't like Wisser going on strike. Doesn't sit right. with
No,
me.
that's
Yeah,
poor.
I
don't
agree.
like that.
I've always said I never really support players going on strike. I just feel like you sign that contract, you know what it is. Like you don't disrespect the club and the fans like that unless something like really bizarre happens. But I just think, you've had a really good season. Brentford stuck by you. They're saying that. And it's in the club's interest. They've just lost one of their other best players. They've lost their captain. They've lost the manager. Now they want to lose you. If you're going to go, it has to be for the right price, and it has to benefit us.
I've heard Wisser on the
I'm up for
record
it.
praising Brentford for taking out of French football
Yeah.
to the Premier League. I've heard him say that before, and now look, here you are.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we don't know the ins and outs. He's saying
They had
that
a good season last
Brentford are
season.
reneged on certain things. He said he was promised he could leave and blah, 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 and they're making it very difficult
I'm pretty
for
sure
him.
he's
But
only
to
got,
go on
like-
strike, bro, come
I'm
on.
pretty sure he's only got like a year or two left. So just wait it out, or wait to see, or I don't know, man. I don't really. I'm not, even with Alexander Isak going AWOL and just disappearing. Like, you have a duty of care to your club to say, you know what, I do want to move, but you got to keep it professional, like
There's a
how
way
Harry
to
Kane
leave,
did.
innit?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, look
There's a way
what
to
Harry
leave.
Kane did. Harry Kane was essentially screwed over, right? They said you could go. Man City came in, they said, nah, you're not going. Man United came and said, nah, we're not going. And he could have, within his right, been like, you know what, look all that I've done for this club. Top goal scorer, I'm your best player. Like, do you know what I mean? They've got like a statue in that and all that for
Yeah,
him.
it doesn't sit
he
well
could
with
he
me,
could have
yeah.
gone on strike. He didn't. He said, you know, I'm gonna repay back the club and the fans for what they did, and he's left a legend and gone to Bayern, and he's, been able to win something. So, bruh,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't like the whole going on strike thing.
I might have to go on strike if I see
Yeah,
more of
our
that
producer,
rubbish.
man, he's moving
This
mad.
producer's moving mad. Sack him, man. But yeah, in terms of bargains, I mean, I've listed a good few
Yeah.
there that should
What
touch
about,
wood for
like-
them. Angel Gomez could be one
Yeah.
as well. Who
Ryan
again,
Cherky?
Ryan Cherky now,
30 mil?
30 mil.
That's a steal.
It is a steal, but didn't Lille went bankrupt about 2 weeks after that, so it could have been even
Could
more
have
of a
been,
steal
yeah.
if they just waited.
They
2 more
waited, you
weeks,
could have got
but
him for free, maybe.
Is that one? I mean, what does he have to do, in your opinion, to go at the end of next season? You go, that was a bargain. What would he have to achieve?
I don't even think he'd have to win anything, to be honest. I think if he went and he scored, let's say, like 13 goals or something, that's a steal.
In all comps?
Nah, maybe in a league or something like that. If he got a really, let's say, like 30 GA in all comps, that's a good return for someone that he spent 30 mil on.
Yeah.
And considering he's only just breaking into the France international team, stuff like that, like, I think that's a steal, man. Considering
I'll
that
tell you
as
one
well,
that
Man
I
United
think-
really wanted him
Yeah.
as well.
I'll tell you one that I think could be a real good bargain, close to home. Gyökeres. I mean,
Yeah, man. Let's hope.
I
don't
know
think
you're
can
going to
put
say,
strikers
63
in the
or...
bargain category though.
Yeah, no, but
Why
listen,
not?
if he... Listen,
Considering, deep it, a window ago or 2 windows ago, they were saying 100 mil, that's the very least. And then when we went in for him, they said, right, we want 80 mil, we've got him for 63.
63.8.
like 63,
Now, if
yeah.
he gets the goals that
Pounds.
win us a major accolade this season, that
That's
will
a
be
bargain.
worth.
That'll be
That will be
worth it.
seen as a massive bargain.
It will, but I don't think I can look at strikers that cost north of 60 mil and say that's a bargain.
Right.
Like, no, but I feel like most strikers these days cost around that amount. Like Dominic Solanke was 65 mil.
Yeah.
Like if you got Haaland for 30 mil, you'd be like, that's a bargain. But because he
Yeah.
cost 60 odd, and because Gyökeres, because
But it's a bargain, though.
that's the market.
No, but compare
it's the
that price.
market-based price.
Yeah.
Compare that
60 mil
price
for a
to
striker.
other players, though.
Yeah, I hear it, but what
And
would
if he's to get the goals to win, to finally win. I mean, we've not won the Premier League in 20 odd years.
21.
Never won the Champions League. You imagine if he was the guy.
Then
that's the
your
catalyst
ROI
to us
comes
winning.
back. You go right. This fella
was
cost us
worth
60
it.
mil. What's the official?
It's like
In pounds.
63.5 million pounds.
63.5 mil. If he wins you the Premier League,
That's
I
the
mean,
cheap.
dare say it, Arsenal do the double this year and win the Premier League and the Champions League.
Just
Definitely-
give us the Premier
I can't
League.
touch
Just give us the
any wood
Premier
for
League.
that. Pause.
So look,
But,
just give us the Premier League.
God, hear our press.
We
If
don't
he
want to
does
be
that-
too
Manifest.
If he does that, wins you the Prem and scores 29 goals,
That's
then I'll be like,
That's the lightest that would be the lightest 60 mil we'd ever
to
spend.
say that any striker in this day and age who costs over 60 million is a bargain. Maybe that's just me.
No, but I'm
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying
that's
to.
not
I see what you're saying, but
I'm
based
trying
on
to,
the market of today,
Yeah.
like based on the market of today, like if you like, there's so many players that aren't worth what they are. So I feel like if we've just gone and got the guy that scored the most goals in Europe, right, and he comes to Arsenal and he scores even half of that, which would be 20 league goals, right? That's fantastic. He wins us something massive like a league or a Champions League or something like that. That's such.
Trust
good
me, he
money
will be
spent.
seen as the bargain of the century.
Yeah.
I mean, we already sing at Arsenal, Declan Rice, we got him half price.
Yeah, exactly.
That's,
was
can you imagine
105,
if?
fam.
Can you imagine if someone like Jog, 63.5 million, as Kenya says,
Yeah.
comes in, is the catalyst that Arsenal win the Premier League title? That is huge, bro. Trust me.
Could well be.
Especially considering that, like, our rivals, obviously this is all hypothetical, but considering that Man City have spent like another 300 mil, considering their January that they did, considering how much you guys
Yeah.
have spent, and you're trying to get Isak. Let's say you do get Isak, and then
Suppose
we
in
spent.
comparison, it's all relative. Though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
like if you compare it to other things, it's like, rah, they spent a cheeky.
But do you know the only way we'll
60
find out if these guys are bargains? Time.
Victor.
Let's
Hear my
do this
prayers.
show again in May. And
Victor.
then we'll have a few more names. Let me just throw a few more names at you. Frimpong for 29 million
Yeah, that's good.
could end up
How
being
much
a
was
bargain.
Gurkis?
I mean, if I'm honest with you, I think Alexis McAllister's a bargain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it
is.
was.
35 mil,
He
mate.
is a bargain.
Unbelievable. Liam Delap, could
Yeah.
he turn
Yeah,
out to be a
30
bargain?
mil.
Yeah.
At 30 mil.
I think so. 100%.
Some other people in the chat
Trying to
saying
think of-
Haaland was a bargain.
Yeah, he was like
I guess
55.
when you look at the goals he scored, man.
Yeah, man. Bro,
In that
fam,
first
he did
season
a
before.
treble. Yeah, he did a treble and he broke records that have been around for about 100 years in his first season. That is a bargain.
Yeah, you would have
That's
to
the
say
most
it's a bargain.
bargains of all bargains. that you can
Sometimes
get.
the bargains are very expensive, but what they achieve outweighs what you
Yeah.
paid for them, right?
Exactly.
So listen, we're going to wrap it up there, but let us know in the comments, right,
Yeah, man.
how many more bargains you can name. And maybe not ones that are going to be bargains, but ones that have proven to be bargains in the past year or two. And I guess Haaland does fall into that
Yeah,
category.
100%.
But Jonathan David, we've got Angel Gomez, we've got who else did we mention?
Jonathan
Kelleher was in
Tah,
that
Kevin
team.
De Bruyne.
Tar, Kevin De Bruyne, Trent.
yeah, Trent.
Was the first one that we spoke about on the show. Leroy Sane,
Leroy
Jonathan
Sane.
David, I mentioned him. All of these guys could
Yeah.
potentially turn out to be bargains. Just before we go, a quick reminder that, of course, we're here talking about transfers, but there's no drama. There's no transfers without the drama that surrounds it, right? But we are now testing your survival instincts with the final one standing. People, if you're a football person, you know this game. You've played it in the pub, but we're digitalising it for you now through William Hill, and we are playing it ourselves. So it's free to enter, and there is a £500,000 jackpot that you can win in cold hard
Cash.
There's no admin fees. There is a guaranteed winner as well. Just pick one. Just one. It's so easy. All you have to do, one tap, and you can pick a Premier League team to win each week. And if they do, you're into the next round. It's a bit like X Factor. Right?
Yeah,
if you
man.
don't get voted in, you're going home. But if your team wins, you're through to the next round. So play it strategically. Don't go all out early doors.
Yeah,
This is a
all
hard
guns
game. No
blazing.
one's saying this is an easy route to 500k, by the way. We're saying this is, if you know your football, which you guys at home do, which we would like to think we do a little bit as well. It's obviously what we get paid to do. If you know your football, go strategically on this because it's a very, very difficult game. But scan the QR code on the screen right now, click the link below to enter this game and register for free. And you, including us as well, will have your pick winning £500,000. You have to be over 18, you have to be in the UK and Ireland, and remember to always gamble responsibly, and the full T&Cs apply, and it's all linked below. At the minute, I'll be honest, I think Kenya Lyle might be the bargain of the century on DR Sports.
Come on, man, big up my team.
All right,
I want my agency fee.
So tomorrow we'll be back at 5 o'clock with much more of the same. So I'm looking forward to that.
What's happening with Isak, by the way?
Isak, it doesn't look like that one's a bargain. If I'm honest, that's the opposite of a
Although
bargain.
if you win the double.
If we won the double, then
If you did like a
might
treble or
be.
something,
you'd
worth it.
have to say that.
But I'm hearing that terms have been agreed. Is that true?
The
or
latest
not?
is
Or is that premature?
personal terms have been agreed, which in this day and age, it's quite familiar for that to happen, isn't it?
No, but that's the first rung on the ladder.
It's the first rung on the ladder. But that would tell me that if your personal terms have been agreed, then that tells me that the club has almost allowed you to start talking. But from what we hear, they haven't allowed him to start talking. So I take it with a little bit of pinch of salt.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that one finishes off. Who knows? Alexander, what date does that get done? I'm not sure. But Kenya, Laurie,
no problem,
big
man.
thanks
It's
to you
great.
guys for coming on the show.
Big
Shout
up
out
to
to
you.
our sponsors for this one, William Hill. We'll be back for more of the same tomorrow. Take care.